Hey folks, welcome back to the Feroz Moto channel. Today we have some long overdue maintenance. Not really maintenance, but we are prepping the car for the winter months. As you guys know, here in Jersey it's starting to get rather chilly, and that is no time in space for some performance summer tires. I do have a road trip going up to Maine soon, and I want to make sure that we are good and ready to go. The things I have on task today is of course swapping out with my OEM all-season wheels. And here I got me some DFC 5000 advanced brake pads. I got them from Rock Auto. I'll put them in the description below, but I saw they are very cheap and good value proposition for the car. Good proposition for the car. I know there's a lot of other brands people are out there like IS 2500s or whatever. A lot of low dust compound pads. Guys, they're charging you like $400, $500 for these pads. I got these for $60 shipped to my door. So we'll see how they are. Obviously they're not gonna have the same amount of performance that I have out of these dedicated track pads and such, but this is just something to last me through the winter months, so it should be fine. A lot of guys like to justify and make fun of these brake pads. I've seen already in forums that people just can't boggle putting this cheap amount of brakes on a thing, but it's just all marketing, just all other stuff. I've seen some reviews and a lot of people like them. Apparently decent bite, pretty close to OEM, but about 70% less of the dust. I'm looking forward to it. As you guys see here with these wheels, I do love my Apex VS5 RSs, but they just dust like a mother trucker. So we're gonna go and get started. I'm gonna take the wheels off, swap out the pads. I will see if I can show you guys some of the process as it goes. And stay tuned, it's gonna be a little fun. All right, we're gonna start with, of course, jacking up the car. I have the hood open right now because eventually to take out the brake pad, if I'm gonna squeeze back the caliper piston, I wanna make sure that I'm not, putting more fluid back in there, just have some pressure to relieve out so it doesn't suck in some dirt and gunk. Okay, we'll just inspect real quick. Okay, this is really awful. Okay, we're in a good spot. Just going to use a breaker bar to break loose the wheels and we'll take it off. I just got a little breaker bar here with my 17 mil from Gear Wrench. Great stuff, nice sleeve so I don't damage and hurt the lugs here or the bolts. One. I always go in star pattern just for, sake. I know a lot of people don't have to do this because my gun is strong enough, but for the sake of my ears and these, little bolts, I don't want it to go all super loud. So now we have that broken a bit, I'll jack it up and we'll zip off the rest. Okay, should be plenty. Here I have my TLG mud flaps. They've been bottomed out so many times, it's just starting to kind of buckle and fold from hitting so much, but it is what it is. It's done its job, twofold. I'm protecting the side of my car, so we're gonna zip these off. See, no crazy loud noises, since I already did the hard part of cracking them. Okay, put these on my seat. Put on my gloves, and we'll take it off. But it's okay. Whoa. Easy peasy. These Product P0s are wearing pretty decent. We're gonna see how much more life we get out of them next season. But we'll get the parts now to swap out the brakes. Alrighty guys, just gonna show you what I got right now. So I have a 14 mil that's going to break up these two main bolts on the side here for the caliper. I have a little paint can here to catch it. Already kind of pre-popped out these pins just so it's ready to slide out once it's time, and then we'll be swapping out these EBC blue pads, so stay tuned. I removed the two retaining bolts here on the brake. Now I got a little rubber mallet. I'm gonna try to work this guy off. Okay, after removing the pins, hammering away, and getting it off, we now have the caliper off. So these are the old pads. Did a decent job. Still some life on them. So next season I'll definitely throw them on, get a day or two. But now we'll open up these and place them in. These are them in all their glory. Look pretty cool, standard. So we'll slap them in and see how we go. Okay, so the way I got this to go back on was I put the back pad in, and then I used the slider pin to lock in the first spot, then the bottom part, kind of got it midway, slid it on with this guy in. Then once it was in, I just tapped out the locking pins all the way through, slid it on, and now we just have to tie and torque those up and we should be good to go. They fit pretty nice, no issues. The EBC Blues actually had a tougher time fitting in, so glad that's not the case. What I did to help let those pistons retract was I opened up the brake fluid reservoir there, cracked it a bit so there's no pressure, and I let it squeeze out so the bladder can go out, and then once it put it back on, it'll tighten, it'll be good to go. So we're just gonna do the other side and then we'll swap on the wheels. Okie doke, so we just did some preliminary tightening down to torque it down to the spec. I looked it up, it's around 95 Newton meters. So we're gonna get it there, tighten it, and then we'll work on the next side. 95. Cool, 95 Newton meters. Alrighty, so we just got that all tightened up. I'm just gonna be swapping on now my OEM black set rim. Tread is getting a little low. Probably gonna have to swap these out middle of the year next year, if anything. But so far, I've done a great job. I love these tires. Gonna definitely go with like a Continental DWS 06 Plus maybe next time, or we'll try something else. But so far, the job's not too bad. I've swapped out brakes and wheels a lot now. Knowing me with my track driving, so getting used to it. Probably next time I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna buy new retaining bolt nuts. I know the aluminum ones are meant to not be redone and retorqued a million times over, so just for safety and CYA, we're gonna go that route. But I'm gonna slap this on and I'll move on to the other side. Get my handy dandy drill. And we'll just zip them on. I like to hand tighten them first, just so I don't strip these suckers, because it is pretty easy. Yeah, I believe these are also consumables. I'm taking them on and off a lot. See how kind of chewed up they are. So they're getting there. Next season I'll probably swap them out. Okay, put it down, and we'll go to the next side. Alright guys, I'm going to try my best to record and show you everything I'm doing here. So, what I did on the other side shouldn't be too bad of a problem. So first I'm going to punch out these little holes. So we got one here and one here for the top and the bottom. I just have this bit. It's definitely not ideal for this job, but sorry Dad in advance. Okay, that one's out, and then this one on the bottom. Boom. Okay, both are now out. I'm going to pull it out completely. Now we have both pins out. A little dirty, I'll probably wipe them down. And the reservoir is still open in the top, so not a problem there. So this is righty-tighty. We want lefty-loosey. Okay. Top is broken, and now we'll do the bottom. With the paint can. Make sure you have a good bite. Okay. Alright, they're both loose. And now we'll just remove them. I like to work both top and bottom if I can. If you guys have any tips or tricks for me to do this better, be smoother, a tool you think that would help me out, let me know. I always love buying tools for niche jobs I only use once in a while. That should be fine. One loose. Then the bottom. And we're not using a 12.5. We're using a 15mm. For now, it's okay, don't matter. Okay, now that's done, this should probably just pop off. In an ideal world, it would pop off. Let me put this back here so we can catch it once it drops. Not scuff up the paint too bad. And then we'll start to convince this to come off. It's almost off from the top. The bottom's still on a bit. Thank you very much, driver. There. Okay, and we're off. Just make sure, cover that like that. That's fine. Make sure this guy comes off. Okay. Old brake pads. Look good. Put this to the side. Yeah, they're fine. Right here. Spray it up. Clean up the edges and shit. Okay, so now that's semi-clean. We're gonna put in the new ones and we'll put it back in. Another look at it. It's actually really nice. I like the construction, feels legit. I'm gonna slide this guy in here. And I'm gonna slide the other one in. And then I'm gonna put the retaining clip in the back. Make sure that guy stays. BMW does say to not use any of the lubes and stuff for these guys because you shouldn't be doing that. Voila. Push it in. Okay, and then grab the retaining clip here. Let me clean it a little bit. Use retaining clip, just polish it a little bit. Okay. This light's gonna help or hurt us. Should be fine. I'm gonna go in the back here, find the spot where the hole lines up, and we'll feed it through. Remember, pointy side towards you. I think the top one's giving me issues. So just remove the pin real quick. Yep. All right, let's, oh man, I really banged up my hand slamming into that thing. I keep forgetting to like use tools and not my hands, but I'm gonna tighten these up now. These 2 retention bolts, and then we'll torque them, and then we'll slap the wheel back on. Let's just show you that. We'll just hand tighten them. Should be good. Tighten. Bottom. All right, now let's torque it. Here we go. Okay, 95. Okay, 95. All right, brakes are good to go. I'm gonna slap on the last spacer, torque it, and we should be good. Last wheel. Move everything out of the way. We don't love that, but it is what it is. Just zip these up and then we'll start torquing them. Put them to 102 foot-pounds. Do all the other corners. Okay, good to go. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed wrenching with me, the car is all good and set for my trip. We have my all-season tires on, some brand new brake pads. The rears I'll get to once they're there, but overall very happy. Getting a bit faster with doing all this stuff, which is not too bad, but still quite a pain. I really want a lift. If that could happen in the near future, will be great. I do have the space for it, so it'll be awesome. But overall, very excited, happy to have this back, all this rain and everything, so we'll be good to go temperature-wise and ready for my trip. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see on the channel, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Feroz Moto out.